Welcome to our business simulation. We are very much looking forward to seeing your results you can generate in our simulation because we did that with several teams, and so far we got pretty good results from your groups, and we would like to compare these, what you can achieve, with the former ones. And then press check again if that is all fine. I'm Northern Robert, and I put a picture of me in there. Let's take that one. Then
you need a telephone number.
Oh.
But you can enter any number.
Right.
You don't get a call.
Oh, God.
So now it's interesting. You have in the chat an Excel file, and in this Excel files there is written which teams in which group. We have two groups, the group 1 with 3 teams and the group 2 with 2 teams, and it's very, very, very important that you choose the right group.
Lower corner is cost leadership. If you would like to get there, that means you are producing all your products and even the new ones you develop on the lowest cost basis, and you can build the lowest prices on the market. So you are not the most innovative company, you are not the most customer related company, you are the most efficient producing company. This would be the lower left side. On the other side is, on the right upper side, is the product leadership. This strategy means you are the most innovative company and generating new products, not at the cheapest prices. That is not crucial. It is more crucial to support with the newest and fanciest products ever. On the lower right side, this strategy means this company achieves the best relationship to their customers. So they do know upfront, very specifically, what a customer needs. They are not the cheapest, nor are they the most innovative, but they do know the customer best and build on that relationship with the customers. And there is a fourth one, which is called the organizational leadership. These companies are the hardest to copy because they have a pretty cool working climate. They can generate out of their organization everything they would like to do, to produce rather cheap, not cheapest, rather cheap, be very innovative, not the innovatives, but very innovative, and have a good relation to the customers, but not the best one. But they combine sort of all of the others. And now you shall decide within your team which of these 4 basic strategies you would like to use. And if you choose one, you press in this area the button.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
What's the role of dividing us into the groups? So is it like a common effort where 2 different strategies will come together to achieve a single goal, or what exactly?
No, it is, you have your own company, and you are in competition with the others. And we have always four groups max within one huge group.
Okay.
And as you are 5 groups, we cannot put you within one organizational unit, so we divided it. And please be aware because the other, so one group has 3 teams, which mean 1/4 is there and an avatar is competing against you. And this guy is rather aggressive. So but don't play around with your biddings because he's rather hard. Wonderful. So now have your short discussion and choose one of these basic strategies. As you see on my screen, I chose organizational leadership. And once you press it, you will push forward to the screen planning. And there are the figures. Yes?
Sorry to interrupt. I pressed there in the strategy. I'm now in planning, but do each person of the group has to do the same?
No, just you as a speaker.
Okay, and then they can just navigate with the tabs.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So
should we break out into separate groups to discuss this, or is this something we do right now with you?
I would suggest to do it right now because in the demo version you had a similar task, so maybe your group has already chosen which strategy you would like to do.
Okay, perfect.
So once you've done that, you will be pushed forward to this planning screen. We do not go in detail into this. This is just the average numbers of the last 100 runs. And we just take that and press send. And then you will come to your dashboard. And the first quarter we will run together. So you do your own decisions, but I will accompany you through the first quarter. And after that, we will join the following plan. We will put you then to your breakout rooms. You work within your teams. And after each year, we come together and discuss the results so far. So after every 4 simulation cycles, we will join together. Okay. Do you see your dashboard right now?
May I ask a question?
Yes, of course. Anytime.
Yeah, just to make sure that I'm understanding well. So we are 2 or 3 people in the team, and we are representing one company, and we should go with the same strategy and the same number inputs and all of this. Is that right?
Yes. So once you go to your breakout room within your group, you share your screen with your team and discuss everything to do. But you press the buttons on the screen.
Okay, but just one screen for the whole team, and all the steps are done from one PC or from the old PCs?
From one.
Only one.
Yeah.
Only the team leader.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, so the others don't do anything because I am in the dashboard right now, but the others, of course, are not. They cannot click anything. I'm just doing it.
Others will give you the input, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they will give you the input and you have to fulfill their commands.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So first, please do enter with me the material management, so the purchasement department. On this board, in the middle upper side, you see what is on stock, raw material on stock. We have 3 different products, whereby only the basic product we do produce right now. We have not developed the other products. And to have a picture where we're working in, we are in the yacht business. So we are producing very wonderful yachts. And so far, we are just producing the basic products. So please do enter in this area. On the upper side, you see what is the purchase price of our raw materials. This may change from quarter to quarter. Now we know to produce one yacht, it costs us 3 million raw materials. So steel and fibers and electronic stuff and whatsoever we need for such a yacht, it costs us 3 million. And we have 3 units on stock. These are these yellow areas. And below here, we can enter how many raw materials we want to order now for the next quarter. If you do not order now, you will not be supported with raw materials in the next quarter. So I will buy 3 more units because my the management before me ordered 3 units as well, so I do the same, and to be on the safe side. You can decide whatever you like, order 3 or 6 or whatever.
Only one question. With these yellow bars,
Yes?
these are 3 units, so meaning I can build 3 yachts,
Yes.
but each unit is worth 1 million. So I have in stock 9 million.
You have in stock 9 million worth. Each yellow bar represents the raw material to build 1 yacht.
Okay.
And the worth of the raw material is 3 million. So if you want to sell a yacht below 3 million, that is not a good idea because you cannot even cover your raw materials with that. All right?
Okay.
So, and there is another option. Maybe you have such a high order intake that you have to produce more and quicker. Then you can decide to have an express supply. I do that. Please don't do that. I just do it to demonstrate it. I put here a +1, and you see here, now I have a 4th one, and it was shipped immediately to my warehouse, but with an express fee of +20%. So it's not 3 million, it's 3.6 million. So if you are in urgent need of raw material, you can do that. But please be aware, it costs +20% express shipment fee. Okay, so that is done, and you can decide to build a contract with your supplier because you want to be a very big customer for your supplier. And there we have these contract status. If you secure for your supplier that you will buy at least 50 million within a year, you will get 5% discount at the end of the year. Or if you guarantee that you get 80 million plus, you will get 10%, and over 100 million, 12%. So the larger your volume is you buy by your supplier, the better the price you will get from him. So I decide I want to guarantee 50 million. And you just press anywhere you think, or you don't have to do that.
Where did you get this contract from? This chat sign?
On the upper side, here, frame contract.
Just a second. Can you do it again, please?
Here.
Okay, thanks.
Good. Then we go back to the menu. And I'll show you the production and development area. We press on the upper right side. It's getting interesting. We have now 1 plant that is built in here. And in this plant, we have 3 machines. And right now, there are 3 work in progress. This is where this yellow area with a 5 in it. That means we have a work in progress worth 5 million. And that consists of, as we remember, 3 million are the raw material costs and 2 million are the labor costs. So meaning the work in progress for this yacht so far has a worth of 5 million. And in the last periods, we just worked with the day shift. we didn't use the night shift. This would be this area with the moon in it. You can choose to say, we would like to ramp up production capacity and use the night shift if you want to do. And on this lower side, you see a KPI, our quality index. And we build all these different KPIs with these traffic lights, green, yellow, and red. Whenever this KPI is green, and it is now green because 80 plus it means green, and we are with 82, all work in progress have a very good quality and pass the quality check. So we press here quality inspection. And if I do that, it means all of my finished goods have passed the quality check. And now you see here the stock of finished goods. So finished yards. We have now in here 6 units. We had 3 before, and now the work in progress, which were on the machines, are transported to the distribution center. Now we want to put in the new materials because we have now free capacity to produce further ones. And I press machine utilization. And here it's getting interesting further because we have 2 further KPIs. This is how stable are our processes and how high is the employee's productivity. Whenever a KPI is green, we are so productive that we can generate with our labor another product. So I just press the day shifts and it will be filled with raw material. And luckily, you remember, I bought an express raw material, so I can fill that in here. This was the 3.6 million. And as we produce with the same workforce another product, there is no distributed labor cost for that unit. So it's a rather cheap one. So whenever, for example, you have the basic strategy cost leadership, this would be very crucial for you to focus on this stability and employee productivity, because that helps you to generate at lowest cost. So you press here.
Question, please.
Yes.
The express raw material that you bought in the first screen, can you
I go back
it again?
Yeah. To the menu.
What's the meaning of it?
Go to the material management, and here you say express supplier. This means if you press the button here, you will get shipped a raw material immediately and can use it in this quarter. The other units I ordered here, standard supply, are ordered now in Q1 and will be shipped to my warehouse in Q2. So they are not available right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Okay.
So once you put all your raw materials into the plant, starting producing on the yacht and generating your work in progress, you will see that like I have it here. And there is another one. Let's go into product development. Here we have another KPI which says that our product development. What is our capability to have a proper innovation team to work on another yacht class? Our products are called, then the next steps are called classic and premium. I only can start development progress if this KPI is green. Unfortunately, it is yellow, or let's say light green, because it's with 75. So if it would be 80, I could start the development progress. From now on, I just want to, my strategy is to do it. Unfortunately, my team is not capable. Maybe I have a lack of knowledge, or the process is not defined, or whatever. Right now, we have not a green KPI, so we cannot start this development. If you choose the basic strategy product leadership, this would be very crucial for you. So you have to get very fast green to start that, to get a leading edge and generate a new product. So I can't do that right now. I go out here.
Sorry, could you please explain how we can get the better result in?
Yes, that is the next step. We go in here in the upper left side, which is called projects. Here you see a lot of different projects you can start to improve your KPIs. First of all, before we go into detail that, please press the button Show All KPIs. Then you see all KPIs we have built on our dashboards in here. So starting with customer satisfaction, they are not happy customers, but are not very disappointed. So in the middle area. Our customer loyalty is bad. So right now, this is red. This means customer buy a yacht with us and are not very happy with it. So maybe when they buy another yacht, they go to another place. Our customer acquisition to find new customers is in the middle range, so not very good to get new customers. But our stability of our processes is rather good in the green area. The product development is not at the point where we should be. Quality is fine. Employees' productivity is not bad, but not green right now. Employee satisfaction is not red, but not very good. Employee potential means what are we doing to figure out what potential is in our employees because if I know that, I could address it and evolve it and have a much better performance in my organization. So far, we didn't even touch that point. So it's red, and that's not very good for the whole company. How about the leadership? It's very mediocre, so in the middle. What do we do to train our people? We haven't addressed that point very well, so it's red. And the work atmosphere is right now yellow, but it looks like it is not very well developed. And then we have another KPI which says, how do we look on the environmental issue? What is the common welfare we generate with our uses for the planet? And that is very, very poor. All of these KPIs are in a root cause connection. And if you improve one, it has an impact on the other ones. And you have to choose based on your strategy, which one of these are the most crucial ones you have to develop first. And once you decided that, you can choose here several projects where you think this will be best to do it. On the right side, you see what are the costs for this project. This is our costs in million. So you log in something you would like to do. And as I said, organizational leadership is my basic strategy. For me, it is important, let's say, to work here on work atmosphere. And I would like to have something which is working on that. And I choose, let's say that one. So you can press on any of these and then it changes color and then will be transported. You can press as well on project consulting. So then you put in here a KPI which you would like to focus on. And I said that. Then it gives you some information which one would be very good for you. So I choose that as well.
Hi, one question. How long do these projects take to complete?
This is different for each of these projects. There are some who last longer, and imagine it takes on average at least 2 to 3 quarters to ramp up the full impact of the project to your organization. So once you start it, you do not have the full effect immediately. It takes time to ramp up. Okay.
So it's recommended we pick up the project with the highest number in the last column.
That's very true. The more expensive, the longer lasting, right? You've got it immediately.
I've just another information. Please go back to the projects, Aaron.
Yeah.
You can stop a project if you click on this project. If it is blue, it is running, and if you click it again, it's stopping, so it's cancelled. And you can choose another project, and you see on the top the possible projects. You have now possible projects 0, and if you stop the project, you see you have possible project 1. And in the further quarters, you see the projects you started in the previous quarters, they are green, and you can start it again. Okay, this is a important information. So you can trial and error, you can try some projects, see the KPIs, and if you're not satisfied, you can stop it and you can start another one.
Mm-hmm. And on your dashboard, when you go back, you see the chosen projects. All right. So then, now we have started projects, we have bought raw material, we worked on work in progress. Now let's go to sales and see if we can sell something. And the market, we have 3 different markets. No, four different markets in here. The first one is the market auction. So if we press here, you can choose which markets you would like to penetrate. Right now, each company of us is in the central market. So these are geographical markets. We have 2 further ones, which is called the Western market and the Eastern market. I have not built a sales office in this market. You can choose whenever you like to go into these markets. I'm now here only in the central market. And for the first quarter, there are 5 different customers who wants to buy yachts. So customer number 1 is in the central market. He wants to have a basic product version of our yacht. He has the customer number 1, and he wants to, this is a reseller obviously, he wants to sell 4 yachts. And he has an estimated value of this contract value of 31 million. And he wishes to have a payment term of 2-quarter payment term. So getting the yachts now and paying the bill half a year later. I say, I'm very interested in this customer because that is a huge customer. I press the button in this line, and then I have to construct my bidding. So these are all the figures we cannot enter, the yellow field, because this is the customer data. So I think if I bid for 31 million, this is the customer estimate. There is certainly a competitor who will bid for a lower price. So I say I go for, let's say, 28 million, 10% lower. But I want to have a shorter payment term. He shall pay me immediately. I wish that. And here I could say when I would like to ship it 2 quarters later. So I say 2 quarters later. And then if I press calculate, this is an information to compare all biddings because it calculates a net present value of value and payment terms. So if I would put that to, let's say, 2 quarters, I am a little bit cheaper because the net present value is lower if the customer has to pay later. And if I say, no, I want to have it cash, then the net present value is obviously 28. Okay, I send that. And with each sales office, you're able to prepare 2 biddings, not more. If you would like to have more biddings, you have to open further sales offices. And then I pick a very tiny one, let's say that one. And I say, I want to have 8 for that. Send. So now I have chosen my 3 one, and just to have a look, I try to start a 3rd one. And it says, you have already made 2 offers for this market, so I cannot bid anymore. Good. Once you have done that, you press no bids, no more bids. And as I see, my pricing was too high compared to the avatar. I'm alone and I'm playing against 3 other avatars, and they had much cheaper biddings. So on the right side status, you see if that is green, you won the contract, and if it's red, you lost it. And I didn't get any orders on the market auction. What a pity.
Question, please.
Yes.
What if I want to make more bids? So you said that you have to open a new office sales in another market. So how to do it?
Press. Wait a minute. Option. How do I get back here? Press the button to the west or the eastern office. If you press that, it changes to blue, and then you can make bids for the other areas.
Okay.
So
in opening a new office, that does not count on the cost of my company?
It does, because you have some fixed cost for opening this office. This is a one-time cost, and of course, to run this office, it generates another fixed cost. We come to the fixed cost very, very short. I just want to show you. This was market auction. Then there is.
May I ask another question, please? Can we see the cheapest offer on the market because we didn't win the auction? Or we can see. Yeah.
Once you did that, you get, if you press here offer statistics, then you see what was the minimum price here in the central market, and there was an avatar who made a bidding for 6 million, and the maximum price was 8. That was me, and the average was 7, so rather low, and I was above 7, so I didn't get any contract so far. So you see here the statistics of the markets.
Okay, thank you.
Then we have an order backlog. We have, fortunately, a customer. Everybody of us has this same customer. The customer A. He wants a basic product, 1 unit for a contract value of 9 million. Very good. Payment term 1, and we have to ship that latest in the 7th quarter. So we have a lot of time. And as I have 6 finished goods, I can ship that very easily. If you press the button in this line, then it changes to blue. You see one of the units is reduced, and that is shipped. And we have a sale of 9 million. On the upper left side, you see your total sales. As I have shipped only 1 customer. This is 9 million, and the cost of goods was 5 million. So I can calculate the margin, which would be 4 million. This is the order backlog from the whole contracts we have. So there is a very tough market, which is called the market auction. Then we have another market, which is called the relationship. I go back for the relationship market. This market happens to work on very good relations with your customers. And for that, you have to generate the KPI, customer acquisition, into the green area. Once you're in the green area, you can choose one of these customers in here. And these customers are different because they want to have a long-lasting relationship with you. And for example, the customer A, we've got that already. But customer B means he wants as well the product basic. He wants 2 units for a unit price of 8 million, terms of payment within 1 quarter, and frequency of 1 means every quarter he wants 2 units. Duration of the contract, 12 quarters. So a rather long-lasting contract. Customer C means he wants basic as well, 1 unit for a higher price of 10 million, but a longer payment term, and frequency means 2. That means every 2nd quarter he wants a shipment. Unfortunately, my KPI is not green. So if you have chosen the strategy customer relationship, this would be very crucial for you to be very, very fast green with this KPI to generate and acquire a lot of this relationship customers. So this will be the relationship market. And then we have another market, which is the after-sales business. So once you have sold a yacht, that is a very interesting market for the maintenance of a yacht. So you can generate after-sales business with a lot of different customers. The volume of the sales is rather low, but we have no cost of goods for that because that is service. So the customer A says, if we get this contract, he pays 1 million per quarter, pays immediately, and the duration is 6 quarters. So every quarter he pays 1 million to maintain his yacht. For that, you need a KPI as well, which says the customer satisfaction has to be very high, that these customers say, I trust you, you can maintain my yacht very well, so please do it, but only if the average customer satisfaction index is above 80. And we are not there yet. And lastly, there is a 4th market, which is called spot market. On the spot market, you can sell as many yachts as you like from the quality basic, but only for the price of 6 million. And you remember, raw material costs are 3 million and labor costs are 2 million. So the cost of goods is 5 million. And if we sell it for 6 million, our margin is only 1. And this is rather thin. I don't know if that is sufficient to cover all our fixed costs. So I do not generate any after sales business and I do not sell anything on the spot market. Although I know I have 5 finished goods on stock, and keeping that on stock is not very efficient because it binds a lot of working capital. But I do not sell it right now. You can choose otherwise. So back to our dashboard, it says, I have sales of 9 million. I have direct costs of 5 million. That gives a gross profit of 44%. So, and finally, we enter the finance area where we have to collect our receivables. So receivables from sales quarters before, and there we have 20 million. And I want to accept the payment. Please do not forget to accept the payments. So I get this 20 million in. Then I am asked if I would like to buy an insurance to, maybe there is a fire in our plant or something like that. I say, no, I don't want that right now. So I
have a tip for you. In the second part of the game, the probability for damage increases. So it's better for you to make insurance after the quarter 6 or 7.
Okay, that's a good hint. So this was receivables. If you run out of money, on the very left side, you have these coins. And if you press there, you can check how much is our cash position right now. I have 23 million. And if you need more, you can raise your new loans in here. And you have to pay your supplier as well. And there are two different ways. Wait to pay that, or pay it immediately and you will get some discount on that. And I don't pay it right now because I want to keep my powder dry for the future where I don't know what happens. So I leave that borrowed capital as it is. Fixed assets, once you have a huge intake.
Aaron, you have to pay the liabilities in the current quarter.
Oh, in the current one. So yeah, because it's Q1, so I pay that, right. Once you ramp up and got a lot of contracts, you may need a further plant or further machines. You could do that in this fixed assets area. I do not invest in new areas. Shares, we do not build the stock markets in this simulation. It's very interesting to do that, but we don't do that right now because it's complex anyway. And the last thing is I have to pay my fixed costs for the sales guys, for the administrative expenses, logistic expenses, interest payments, and other stuff. So now I have a look, have I sufficient funds? I need 14 million and I have 13.4, so that is, if I press pay fixed cost, it says you don't have sufficient liquid funds. So I have to raise a bit of a loan. And I press long-term credit and it says, no, the bank did, the risk managers of the bank made a check of our balance sheet and they say, no, you can only have a credit limit up to 68. And right now we have 80. So we are a little bit behind our credibility here. So I have to go to the overdraft. I can always take an overdraft, but that is from the interest rate higher. So now I just take an overdraft of 1 million. Then I have 14.4. That shall be sufficient to pay my fixed costs. And I do that, start synchronizing. There is something new in your chat. What is that?
It's not important.
It's not important. So there is a check everywhere. That's good. And I press continue. And now it's interesting. Now I get a question about the business administration stuff. The intensity of my investments. How well did you know your business? Please estimate the following value. The intensity of investment. What is the investments compared to the total assets of my company? And I say 40%, my estimate. Wow, pretty cool. Difference is 0.1%. Once you're here, you see your balance sheet and you shall enter the figures, what you think we have got. And so somebody of you has to book all decisions you do and fill in the data. This would take quite a long time and I don't take that. So I press the button on the screen for a quick test. And here is the very important button, outsource. Outsource to an accountancy to generate that for me. And I pressed that and they did a good job and did the balance sheet and the profit and loss account. And in my company, I made only 9 million sales with a contribution margin of 4 million. And then I had a lot of fixed costs. And I choose 2 projects, which were 8 million on project cost. So the total fixed cost is 21. And I have an EBITDA of -17 and the EBIT of -18 and so on. And that is billed as well in the balance sheet. And here you can check what is with your profit centers. So in these different departments, the tenders. I didn't get any contract here in the auction, and I have one relationship customer which generated the 9 million sales, and on the spot market I didn't sell anything. And where did that come from? From which geographic area? All in the central market. And which product was it? It was all basic. Then you can have a check on your cash flow account. And the quick test is very informative because it takes 4 different KPIs, financial KPIs, and put it into a range of, is this very good or just good or average and so on, or it is bankruptcy threatened. So if I have figures in here, and I have 3 of them in here, so with my figures, my profitability, my cash flow, my return on assets are very bad. The only good thing right now is my equity ratio, because I have a lot of equity in the company now. But if I proceed with these huge losses, I will eliminate this good equity ratio rather soon.
Professor, does it cost money to outsource?
Yes. The accountancy costs you something. You will see once I press continue. Then I see, compared to the plans we had before, where I stand right now. I go now to the new quarter, and then it pumps up. Since you have handed over the last annual accounts to a tax consultant, this consulting fee will be charged with 0.4 million. So you can do it on your own. It costs a lot of time. And the other option would be to outsource it and to pay a fee of 0.4 right now. So this was Q1. And you shall have finished Q1 as well right now. Or you are in the process of finishing, because the next step is we put you now to the breakout rooms so you can work within your group, and please do work until the end of Q4. After that, and that shall take, what would you say, 1.5 hours for these quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say at 11:45 we get you back to the plenum, where we all get together and discuss the first results you've got in the first year. Any questions so far?
I have a question regarding, not regarding the game, but regarding the screen I see, because our team leader created a team, and he can see the dashboard, as you can see, of course. And I am still stuck in the first thing with the organizational leadership, product leadership, and so on. And my other colleague can see the dashboard, so I'm not sure, can I click on something, or should I just leave it and look at my colleague's screen? I mean, I will do that, of course, but I just can't see the dashboard. So
we suggest that you, once you're in the breakout rooms, your team speaker is putting the screen, his screen on yours for the group.
Yeah, sure.
And then you can work together.
Okay, sure. So there's no way to get it on my game.
We have seen so far. Which browser do you use?
The Edge one.
The Edge one. Do you have another one as well? For example, Firefox or something like that?
Yes, I can try it.
Maybe then it works.
Okay, so nothing happens if I just close it and log in on another?
No. Okay. If you log in again, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so then, good luck. The best team might win. We will see afterwards. Now we will put you in your breakout room.